Hi, so I'm going to be talking about the prokaryote cell and its structure. So, as we know, prokaryotes came first before eukaryotes. So, eukaryotes came after. And just because prokaryotes came first, that does not mean that they do not function as well as eukaryotes because they're both capable of working and carrying their tasks just fine. And I actually liked this example that our professor used in class in lecture, and he basically said that the inside of a prokaryote cell is like a small New York City apartment. You have everything like a small bedroom, a kitchen, a living room, and it's all kind of in a small, tiny space, but it's livable, and people live in it, and it gets the job done. Even though everything is kind of tiny, you can still live in it. So then, why do prokaryotes or cells in general need structures? So we need structures to keep things organized and so everything can work well together and everyone and everything can carry out their jobs or tasks. And I kind of compared it to jobs and laws because we have laws right now to keep everything in order and so things don't get out of control. And that's kind of what the structure of a cell does. It keeps everything under control and so everybody can do their own tasks. And if there's even just a small error in the cell, everything can go wrong. Like it affects everything. Especially when a prokaryote is very like tiny, it needs that order so things don't start messing up or things don't go wrong. So then our question becomes, are prokaryotes useful or strong? And I think in high school we're always taught that, oh, they're like weaker and they're not that important, but that's not the case. Prokaryotes can work just as well as eukaryotes can, despite their smaller size. You can imagine a eukaryote as a newer, more advanced version of a prokaryote, but prokaryotes still play an important role in life, and we shouldn't underestimate them. Like I said, they might not be as complex as a eukaryote, but they are still very useful. And in the next slide, I'll explain the structure and why prokaryotes are important. So finally, we're going to see the inside of a prokaryote cell and look at the structure and how that structure helps it perform its functions. So as we know, a prokaryote has no nucleus, and instead it has a nucleoid, which contains a single chromosome that has a long strand of DNA. And you can see it's right there in the middle in the purple. Next, we have the pilus or pili, and they are hair-like structures and they provide protein and movement. Then the flagella, which looks like a long tail, and it actually works sort of like a propeller. And as you can see here, it's the yellow outside part. And it actually pushes bacteria through the water. Like I said, it functions as a propeller. We also have another important structure, and it's the plasmid or the DNA. The plasmid is made up of DNA and it has genes, and it also has antibiotic resistance. And to sum it up, every one of these help the structure of the prokaryote carry out its function, and it plays a really massive role